Our colleague at NFL Network, David Carr, certainly got out there. He
had a good time this week.
He was definitely our most aggregated colleague of the week. I don't know if there's such an award, but when he suggested Marcus Mariota should play while Jalen Hurts gets better, and that Hurts isn't seeing the field very well and is definitely not 100%. Is Jalen Hurts hurt? What can you tell me going into this huge Sunday night Week 14 game in Dallas?
Jalen Hurts is not on the injury report right now. He had a knee injury earlier in the season. It's been described to me as a bone bruise. Those are injuries that just the only way they really get better is with rest, and Jalen Hurts has not rested a whole lot. So, on some level, is he managing that a little bit? Again, I'm not familiar with his body. I'm not in the training room, but I think it's fair to say that, you're going to do something just to try to keep the knee in good shape. If he were getting treatment on a regular basis, that's something they'd have to disclose on the injury report. They've said that that is not the case. And so, to a certain degree, you kind of have no choice but to take those things at face value. But in terms of, Jalen Hurts, the way that he's playing and the style of football that they have to play with him, I have not seen that. I have not heard that. Everything that I've been told is that he's okay. He did come out of the game last week, but that was for a concussion check, and he came right back into the game. I don't believe that there's certainly not anything that is a significant detriment to how the Eagles are game planning right now with Jalen Hurts. They're still running tush push with him, which you'd think if this were some debilitating type of an injury, that's one thing that you would take off his plate. They got a big game this week. There's no doubt about it. I would argue that there's more on the line in this game for the Cowboys than the Eagles, just because if the Cowboys lose this game on Sunday night, we're waking up, your show, my show, every show out there is going to be talking about the Cowboys, losing another game to a winning team. And is this another sign that they can only beat the bad team? You have, those conversations are absolutely inevitable. For the Eagles, it's a big game because you can cement, okay, whatever was going on with us, we're finding ways to get the job done. We're in control of the NFC East. Now we're playing for the number one seed. The Eagles have had some bounces go this way this year. There's no doubt about it. But as you're getting deeper into the season here, this is a team that's absolutely in position. All their goals are out there in front of them. And, Jalen Hurts, whatever he is or is not dealing with, is not the thing that's holding them back.
And Trevor Lawrence game time decision, I just heard in my ear from Doug Peterson, which is amazing. It's amazing.
If this were a different quarterback, there's no way Doug Peterson, Doug's probably not playing quarterback this week, but Trevor Lawrence wouldn't be playing. But he's got, people always laugh when, like, in pre-draft scouting reports, Rich, we'll have stuff like, he's got loose ligaments and things like that. Watch the two hits that Trevor Lawrence has taken the past 2 years where he's gotten bent and his foot's going one way and his leg's going the other way. You tell me that guy's ligaments aren't a little different than yours and mine. My foot is off and it's still on the turf right now if I get bent like that. Trevor Lawrence, he's got a high pain tolerance. He's walking around without a boot, without crutches. If anybody is going to get themselves onto the field this week, it's Trevor Lawrence. But the Jaguars also, even though I know their AFC South leads down to one game, but you also have to make decisions. You're still in a good spot to get into the playoffs. You got to be careful with it. But we've seen other quarterbacks, play with high ankle sprains in the past. It's not impossible.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.